Hell in a Cell is apparently coming early. I'm Matt Carlins, and this is just Pro Wrestling News for Friday, June 18th, 2021. This update is brought to you by IndieWrestling.us.
WWE.
Why wait till Sunday? WWE announced late Thursday night that Roman Reigns will defend the Universal Championship against Rey Mysterio inside Hell in a Cell on tonight's SmackDown. The match was moved up after Rey tweeted that he didn't want to wait until Sunday. At least 3 other matches are also announced for tonight's SmackDown. Custody of King Corbin's crown could be settled. He's set to face Shinsuke Nakamura in the Battle for the Crown. Also, Kevin Owens and Big E versus Apollo Crews and Commander Azeez, and Angelo Dawkins versus Otis. On Thursday's NXT UK, Subculture's Dani Luna and Flash Morgan Webster beat Jinny and Joseph Conners in a mixed tag team match. The NXT Tag Team Champions Pretty Deadly were jawing at Subculture after the match. Nathan Frazer pinned Rahan Raja with a frog splash. After the match, the symbol for Teo Man flashed on the big screen. Also, Wolfgang used a spear to pin Sam Gradwell. Next week's NXT UK will have Ilya Dragunov versus Rampage Brown versus Joe Coffey in a triple threat match.
AEW.
A new match just added for tonight's AEW Dynamite. It's going to be Julia Hart versus Penelope Ford. It's Ford's first match since late April. Also set for tonight, Jake Hager versus Wardlow in an MMA rules cage match. A handicap match with Darby Allin versus both Scorpio Sky and Ethan Page. The Good Brothers team up with Matt Jackson to face Eddie Kingston, Penta El Cerro Miedo, and Frankie Kazarian. We'll see the in-ring debut of Brock Anderson, the son of Arn Anderson. He'll tag with Cody Rhodes against QT Marshall and Aaron Solo, plus Orange Cassidy versus Cesar Bononi, and Jim Ross will have a sit-down interview with Andrade El Idolo. That's starting at 10 p.m. Eastern on Dynamite.
Ring of Honor.
The Ring of Honor TV title is on the line on this weekend's ROH TV. Tony Deppen defends in a 3-way against former champions Dragon Lee and Hot Sauce Tracy Williams, plus Bandito versus Bateman in a first-round match in the Survival of the Fittest tournament.
Impact Wrestling.
The Impact World title match at Slammiversary between Kenny Omega and Sami Callihan remains intact. Callihan was reinstated at the end of last night's show, and Don Callis was fired. Earlier, Moose hijacked the show, demanding a rematch with Omega. Instead, he got run off by the returning Chris Sabin. A match between those two is now set for Slammiversary. Another match added to Slammiversary, Josh Alexander will defend the X Division title in an Ultimate X match against Trey Miguel, Ace Austin, Chris Bay, Rohit Raju, and Petey Williams. Alexander pinned Madman Fulton on last night's show. Also last night, Satoshi Kojima pinned Rhino. That means Kojima and Eddie Edwards will get a shot at the Impact Tag titles held by Violent by Design. That title match will happen next week, and the match graphics shown Thursday night indicates it will be Joe Doring and Diener defending the tag belts for VBD. TJP pinned Black Taurus with the Mamba Splash. Tenille Dashwood used a roll-up to pin Rachel Ellering, and Knockouts champion Deonna Purrazzo told Kimberly and Susan she's done with both of them.
New Japan Pro Wrestling.
Josh Alexander will be in action on tonight's New Japan Strong in a match against Alex Coughlin. Also, Satoshi Kojima will be going one-on-one against JR Kratos. Back in Japan, dates are now set for some upcoming title matches. El Desperado will defend the IWGP Junior Heavyweight title against Taiji Ishimori on Night 1 of Summer Struggle in Sapporo. That's on July 10th. The following day, Night 2, Taichi and Zack Sabre Jr. defend the IWGP Tag titles against Tetsuya Naito and Sonata. Filthy Tom Lawler, the reigning New Japan Strong Openweight champion, retired from MMA on Thursday. He laid down his gloves in the cage after a unanimous decision victory on a Professional Fighters League card. Round 5 of the MLW draft last night confirmed the returns of TJP, as well as Kevin Koo and Dominic Guarini. MLW also announced the Caribbean Championship will be defended at the Battle Riot 3 show in Philadelphia on July 10th, with Richard Holiday putting the belt on the line against King Muertes. Also, Muertes, Holiday, Zenshi and Lee Moriarty are now confirmed for the Riot match itself. That's Just Pro Wrestling News for Friday, June 18th. Our next update comes your way tomorrow morning, so please rate, review, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss a thing. I'm Matt Carlins. Thank you for listening.
This show is a member of the Sorgatron Media Podcast Network. Find out more at sorgatronmedia.com.